learn how to take dive pictures, you gotta pull in one can or something for reference. My favorite one is the Vienna sausage.
Guys, welcome back to Fish and Dive Hawaii, where we give you all the best fishing and diving tips here in the Aloha State. Today we are going on diving adventure number 2, so it's been about a week since our first one, and we're gonna go off our kayaks today. It's a little bit rougher conditions. If you guys watch the other videos, you can kind of see the grounds out here, but we're gonna go take these kayaks straight on the outside and then just take drops out there so we can save ourselves the swim. But it's also wavy, really wavy on the inside, so it's probably better that we take the kayaks out anyways. So most of the time down Mokulea, there's always like a northern wind, and with the trade winds, they call it, it's going to be blowing this way. So with the westerly winds, hopefully it's going to be blowing this way and keeping us in the same spot. So we'll go hit up the second reef and see what's over there. So right now I'm just waiting on my partner. We brought both of our kayaks out, but he forgot his paddle, so he's about 15 minutes away. He went to go grab it already, so as soon as he gets back, we're gonna be jumping in the water. All right, guys, so stay tuned. All right, guys, so this is my kayak. It's a 13-foot Scupper Pro. I haven't used it in a while because of the winter season. So as springtime comes along and as summer comes along, we'll be busting this bad boy out. But it's only gonna be good on days like these where the winds are pretty decent and the waves are kind of flat. But today it's actually better to kayak out than swim out because of the roughness on the inside. And so we're gonna kayak out straight to the second grounds. I got here jigging set up, 7-foot pole on my Battle 2 5000. My buddy's letting me use his jig. My kayak has a well. Put my fins and mask and stuff in the front. He has the anchor, so I'm using my tag line to hook up to his one. We'll see how that works later. And then I got both my pole holders. I might put another pole in here, I'm still debating. I got little clips for my Spearguns, a Hatch Gremlin 110 with the reel. I'm gonna lap my weight belt on me. And then I got this Werner carbon fiber paddle with a tether. Broken fish bag that has a broken zipper, as you can see here, but I'm gonna be using this to throw all my fish inside. And then I got my little Jimmy rig flag action per Hawaii state law. So I don't know if you guys can hear me. I got my protective case on. Launching right now. It's about, I don't know, 8:45, 9 o'clock. So that leaves us a couple hours before it starts getting all bust up. So I'm gonna paddle out about 500 yards max. Only got a 50-foot tag line, so it's gonna be about maxing out for us. Maybe even closer than that. Say about 350 to 400 yards. But right now I'm already about 175 yards out, so we'll see when we hit the grounds. Alright guys, so we make it onto the outside. Current is ripping. We tether off our kayaks and jump in the water. Water visibility is super clear, so we are swimming up current. That way, if anything goes wrong, we can always drift back down towards our kayak instead of going with the current and trying to swim up later. So this is my first drop of the day. I did not have my GoPro angled up, so you guys are just gonna have to look in the top middle of your screen. So next time I'll be sure to have that on point for you guys. That way you get a full frame shot. I try to line this uhu right here. As you can see in the top left corner, it's going and then it finally rips off. You can see the little white mark on the top. It was the top of the fish shot, and so it wasn't a good placement. Wasn't able to land it. I undo my reel, that way I can try to bring the shaft up from the surface and save me another drop. Right here I'm stocking this Moana. If you guys watched the first video, my friend shoots that, and he actually shot one later on this dive day. And so this isn't the most desirable fish that I want to be aiming for, but because it's my second drop of the day and we're all the way on the outside, didn't have time to practice on the way out because we were on our kayaks. It's always good to shoot fish that you'll definitely eat, but it's gonna allow you to get more practice in. So when there's shots that matter like this one, you'll be able to land it more because you kind of breaking it in that day and getting into the routine once again, instead of just taking drops on fish like a pile of uhus or moo or something and not being ready for it. So I always suggest practicing shooting certain fish like that, moanas, a lot of goldfish work too. That way you can warm yourself up to situations where you really want to land the fish. So right here I see this uhu kind of cruising by himself. I lined him up behind here, that little reef pocket. I got a shot off on him, but it was a gut shot. As you can see, the stuff that's clouding up, and I wasn't able to land him. So after a few drops and a few misses at the first spot, we decided to take our kayaks way to the right, about 150, 200 yards to the right, because we were kind of diving over there anyways, and we noticed the grounds were a lot better. So we drop off our kayaks, and right below us is a nice pile of uhu, pretty good size ones, as you guys can tell. I should have been more patient. I was trying to rush this. This is my second drop right in the same spot. So I take a shot right there. It was just a dumb shot, and I end up missing the fish, but I should have just waited. These fish were really tame and they're just hanging out in the middle, but I guess I was just rushing it too much, and so I missed and I blew that opportunity. So for those of you guys who want to learn from that lesson, just if you see a fish that's tame and they look like they're just kind of hanging out and sticking around, just be a little bit patient and make your way around it. You know, try out different spots to hide and different angles and see which one is going to bring in the fish. And if they don't come in, they don't come in. It's pretty much fishing. It is spearfishing, but it's fishing at the same time. So this right here is a moment we've all been waiting for. I have this uhu that comes and pretty much swims right up to my gun. Was able to land it. You can see right there, coming straight in. Got a nice shot on the back side of it. Follow it down. That's one thing you guys should always do with your fish. If your breath hold is still good, go and make sure you land the fish. You don't want to let it go and get tangled up in the reef. It's actually going to be more dangerous than just taking that extra 20-30 seconds of your breath hold time and making sure that you secure the fish. Plus, you do the fish a favor too. That way it's not going and hiding injured, and it's going to die a slow death anyways if you guys let it do that. Didn't have my knife on me, so I go ahead and brain it with my shaft, and you can tell that it's brain. You can see the eyes kind of twitch and the mouth will open up. Right here's a nice little honu for you guys, green sea turtles. And I went back to my kayak and noticed a bunch of these weirdos hanging out underneath my kayak. I was tripping out. I thought they were gonna mob me or something. A bunch of little, I don't know what these are, squid, cuttlefish. I was tripping out, and I don't know what attracted them to the kayaks, but it was super interesting. Later on, I got on the kayak and they were like inking around me. It actually was pretty creepy. Like, I thought they were like calling in their adult squid. I mean, I've seen some videos on Nat Geo, and it's not the haps.
Alright guys, long day at the beach. Successful dive. Got the yaks out. One uhu, one table boss. One on the pachi. Eating MRE.
Beef brisket.
Oh.
Stolen from the father's house.
Oh, what is this? Post-apocalyptic North Korea.
Yep,
Bomb
almost.
missiles.
Right here. False alarm.
Each gotta have the MREs, bro. Chili with beans.
Like 8 pounds.
To learn how to take dive pictures, you gotta pull in one can or something for reference. My favorite one is the Vienna sausage. Guys, we have the fish now. It's been exactly 3 days. I've been saving it for this day, where we're gonna be cooking it for a art and wine party that's going on. In the back is a fundraiser for my sister's softball trip. And so I'm gonna clean it right now, and we're gonna cook it similar to how we did in the first cooking video. Alright guys, just as I showed you in the last video, if you want to be cool, you're gonna have to use a pan fillet set. This time I'm gonna use my 7-inch blade because it's a little bit of a bigger fish. And so, without further ado, Drop this bad boy on top. Give it a nice little rinse. And as we discussed in the last video, we need a spoon as well. Finally cooked. It's a big boy, so it took a little bit longer. I'm recording you, bro.
Here's the winner right there.
Pescatarian over here. Is it pescatarian or pescatarian?
Pescatarian.
Pesca, yeah?
Yeah, pesca.
Oh, whack damage over here.
So I guess 3,
2, 3. Hold it. Hold it.